Hey guys, how's it going? Cal Leverage here from Let's Learn Tennis. I was lucky enough to be able to demo the Saber here from my friend Coach Danny DeGian. He lent it to me. Here's how I got on. So we're going to run through the specs of the racket a little bit here, okay? So it's a 37.5 square inch racket. Now, typically you're looking at about a 100 to 105 square inch in your standard kind of racket, so much smaller than what you're used to, okay? It does weigh the same as a regular racket, which is the cool part about it, so you can really trust that swing when you're swinging through the ball. It kind of really just does act like a real racket. It's going to really help you here with working on your timing and working on you watching the ball because of the small head size. Now here with my forehand, because my forehand is my strength personally, I was able to get a little bit of better rhythm. Now, when I started to hit that ball well, I was noticing the ball was going deep and the ball was going heavy. I did have to put a little bit more topspin on the ball than I normally would have done. I think that may have been because I've got synthetic strings in here. I normally play with a poly, so the ball probably flew a little bit more than usual. But when I was getting that timing down, it didn't take me too long on the forehand. I was able to get that swing and feel really good about it and have that full racket head speed through on the forehand. It felt pretty good. Now, a great teaching point here for myself and hopefully for many others too, on my backhand, which isn't my stronger side, at start I was actually wanting to push the ball a little bit more. I was trying to push through and just try and get a timing down because I was a little bit nervous with the smaller head size. What I ended up doing from there was loosening my grip and just trusting my swing a little bit. I actually started to improve my contact point with the ball with a more loose swing. That's a great little tip to take into a real match now when I go with a bigger size racket. If I have the ball in my backhand, I want to really make sure I'm trusting it and staying relaxed. I'm actually going to have a better shot in the long run rather than stiffening up and trying to play a little bit safe on it. Now let's talk about volleys. This was the hardest, hands down, okay? It was very tempting for me on the volleys from this position here to want to back up because the head is so small. At the start, again, I didn't really trust my contact point. I tried to go forward on the first few and I was shanking it. I wasn't able to get my timing down. So I started to resort to falling backwards to catch the ball later to be safer, but obviously then the ball was floating up and that in a match, you don't want to be doing that. Once I got over that in my head and I realized, okay, I need to keep my contact point in front and stayed it and trust it, my volley started to feel great. And I noticed from there, I was shifting forward, I was getting a good contact point, I was watching the ball through the contact, and the volleys felt good. So overall, I'm really happy with this training tool. The Saber was a great addition to hit with. It really helped me dial in, it really helped me get a good swing, and the really cool part about it was when I switched back to my Speed MP, which is 100 square inch, weighs exactly the same. Once I started hitting a few balls with this, I was hitting it so clean, I felt like I could not miss. It felt like the square inch was 500, you know? It was massive, I was constantly hitting the sweet spot because I'd been so dialed in with the Saber. When I switched back to my regular Speed MP, again, 100 square inch head size, exactly the same weight of 300 grams, I was able to hit that ball clean. So really recommend the Saber. Thanks so much, Coach Danny, for letting me use it. I really enjoyed it. Go out, get yourself one of these. Take care, have fun.